Welcome to Pub Sports Radio, MLB closing time. We're back at it. Another day, kind of had a rough one last night. A couple nice Red Sox, Blue Jay wins early, Orioles first five. Kind of took a shit later in the night. Astros couldn't done. And we just talking about in the back, Sharpie with the Giants, just one run, 7-2. But I get a shout out. How you doing, my guy? BBW, Harpoon Killer, Prop Master. How are you?
Man, it's another day, guys. Didn't hit the best bet yesterday. That sucks. But I did say they were going to be popped in the first, and it stayed at 5, guys, till like the 7th, and then we lost. But on to the next, bro. I got a few good K props I love today, guys. I'm loving it.
Excellent. And Jose, how's it going? How's the stash flowing? How's it feel?
It does not feel great, but it's definitely flowing. Perhaps it'll get waxed off in the next couple of days. Who knows, for a certain amount of money. But I don't know if I'm quite ready for that mentally or physically. So who knows?
All right, let's get right to it. First game here, we got a day game. Angels, A's. A's came through with a big one last night. Ohtani pitched great, 6 innings. He comes right out. 3-run homer. Olsen adds on a solo shot. A's win. We got Jose Suarez. He's 4-2, 2.29 ERA against James Caprillion, 4-3, 2.9 ERA. A's are minus 155. The total is at 8.5. This is a tough one. Suarez has come out of the bullpen most of the year, but his last few starts, he's gone 5 innings. If he can do that again, I wanted a 5 here. The first 5 under 5. I only have a 4.5 now. I lean under here a little bit. I like the A's with Caprillion. The price, though, with him is getting a little stretched. I've liked him all year, but I thought there'd be some regression, but he hasn't really showed it. He's been solid all year. So maybe an A's first 5, half a run if you like him, or this could be a good spot if you like the Angels, if you're in how Suarez has been pitching. So hit it with you, Sharpie. What do you got here?
This one had me off, but I also leaned the first 5 under, but the stats just scream one thing. It's like the Oakland bats are 29th in the league OPS, guys, versus lefties. And Suarez is a lefty. And then we've got Caprillion, who's a badass righty right now, guys. He's a stud, but he's going up against the number 9th OPS team who hits righties. So you've got the better bats and the better pitcher on opposite sides. You've got the better bullpen in Oakland by a long shot. So this might be a live watch bet spot. If the Angels somehow get ahead, maybe jump on the A's. But for me, I got a small bet on Caprillion over 5.5 at even money, guys. It's not a full unit play because the Angels are not at a 27% strikeout clip. They're only at 25%. But Caprillion has hit 6 or more 80% of the time versus a 25% team or lower. So to me, that's a play on, and I'm on his over 5.5.
All right, I like it. Over his 5.5 K prop. Jose, what do you have look in this one?
I like Caprillion as well. He's been solid all year, and he's an LA guy. I believe someone said he was an Orange County guy specifically. So they expect him to come out and kind of pitch well in his home environment. So I was kind of looking at Oakland first 5 -0.5, minus 111, but I'm not too big of a fan of it. There's nothing really that's really sold me. Perhaps if you want to go to Oakland first 5 team total over 2.5, that's my minus 107. But I think I'll pass on this game.
All right, pass for Jose. Sorry, let me get my computers going. So next one, let's get right to it. 1 o'clock. Royals, Brewers. We got my guy, Mike Minor, 6-8, 5.67 ERA against the Brewers. Brett Anderson, 2-5 with a 4.33 ERA. Man, I don't want the Royals here. This is a game I don't love. I lean Brewers here a little bit with Brett Anderson. I don't like him, betting him at this price. I also was looking at a Brewers team total in this one. The Royals they have some all right numbers here. Most guys don't have 10 at-bats against Anderson. But I don't trust Minor, especially on the road. He's pitched well, though. He's shown in some spots. Lately, he's got a little more hit his last few starts. He's gotten tattooed a bit. Royals are a little bit more healthy, that lineup. I just don't love it. What do you have here, Sharp? You got anything in this one?
Yeah, I capped it with Lauer and just checked. They must have switched Anderson like within the last hour, yeah?
Yeah,
So,
Lauer was last night for sure, and this
Okay.
morning I got Anderson.
Right here, guys, I like Miners K prop over 5.5. It's juiced to -140, but the numbers say play it because when he's gone up against a team who strikes out a 27% clip or higher, he gets that number. The only thing that has me off of it is Milwaukee is 5th OPS versus lefties, and they could chase this guy by the 5th inning. And I don't want to run and put my money on a guy who can get chased, and his last 4 starts has shown he's being chased. So it's a stay off for me on that one. Oh,
Alrighty.
but I do have marked down. Sorry, don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
This is a best live betting spot in the world, guys. If Milwaukee losing the game, you have the 30th bullpen versus the first bullpen in Milwaukee. If the Royals are up, take Milwaukee plus the runs, bro. That's going to be my biggest live bet of the day.
Definitely. That's stuff we talk about all the time live in the Discord. We usually know the top 5 bullpens in the line, the bottom 5 for sure.
And we got them matched up.
Yeah, and we do here. Jose, what do you like here? Royals, Brewers.
Tough game. I don't have the lines on Pinnacle yet, which I think is funny that everywhere else has them, but except for Pinnacle, I'm looking at Brett Anderson -160. I think that's pretty crazy, but I think this is just another pass spot for me, to be honest. I do, however, I guess I can say this now. I have a Brewers futures ticket now. I'm on the Brewers bandwagon to win the National League now. I was officially convinced this last weekend when they were playing the Reds, so those 3 starters, I have them. I think is around plus 500 to win the National League right now. So let's hope for that.
Hey, Connor, real quick. Shout out to Chris Gargaro. I had to check up on Mike Minor with him because he was getting smashed, and I was like, "Is this guy on the spin rate list? Is this what's up?" He's not on the list, guys. He's just been getting taxed. So don't feel bad about running his K prop.
Yeah, he's been up and down too lately. You know, he was kind of good all year, consistent in his Ks lately of 6-1, 6-2, where he was a lot better. But yeah, 6 earned, 4 earned, 5 earned, 9 his last 4 starts. That's the Mike Minor I know, and we're seeing a little bit. Alrighty, next one, Marlins, Nationals. We got Rogers on the mound, Espinino, about -105 both spots, totals 9. Wow, the Nationals raked yesterday. Juan Soto is locked in, and I wish I had the Nats yesterday. We didn't have an open one on the show, and I didn't look at the game in the afternoon. I think it's a good bounce back spot. I love teams that scored 20 runs, and a guy like Rogers on the mound. I haven't seen his K prop. I'll throw it to Sharpie here in just a second. I lean the first 5 under in this one a little bit. I think it's a 4.5. It's -105. Espinino's been good. And I still don't trust the Marlins bats crazy. So I'm on the first 5 under in this one. And I'd be on the Marlins with Rogers. He's been good all year, even on the road. So I like the Marlins here. Sharpie, what do you got?
Shout out to the chat, guys. Smash that like button like I smashed BBWs. Let's go, fellas. Shout out to Razor, Cash Action Bets, Melvin Batances, Platinum Paul, Big Show, all you guys, bro. Without you, we ain't here. Appreciate that shit. Rogers is at 5.5. I already know the say hey play of the day. I already know it, bro. And I can't hate that play that he's about to talk about. So I'll let him get to his in a little bit. But Washington Nationals do not strike out, guys, versus left-handed pitchers. They are at the bottom 5 of the league all year, all month. Last week, you check it up. They just don't strike out, bro. And when they put the ball in play, it goes out the park, guys. So this is a national spot for me, guys. Nationals first 5 -0.5. We got Espino going against the 26th OPS the last 30 days in Miami. And Rogers is the better pitcher, but he's going against the 2nd OPS versus left-handed pitching. So this is where I'm going to take a little shot, and I like Washington first 5.
Sounds good. I love it.
I'm right there with you, Sharpie, honestly. I was struggling with that all morning. I went from Miami first 5, and I'm like, oh, Trevor Rogers is a great pitcher. Then you look at the stats, you see the Nationals are the best offense in baseball in the last month, and I was pretty baffled by that. And then you look at the bottom, you see Houston at the bottom. That was even more shocking too. But I decided to go with the Nationals, and I didn't want any part of Espino either. So I took the Nationals team total in the first 5. That was the say hey play of the day. I believe it was 2.5, if I can remember correctly. I'll bring it up again, but it was first 5 over 2.5. Yeah, and it was a plus 128. So a good dog price there too. I think Trevor Rogers is a good pitcher. But let's say 3 starts isn't a bad start for Trevor Rogers. So I think we can get those, especially in the first 5, and we can get some, a solo home run here. I could easily see a Trey Turner single and give me some Juan Soto, who's been on fire recently too. So I'm on the Nationals for first 5 team total over 2.5.
All right.
I believe Trevor Rogers pitched against Washington this year already, and they got to him. They got 4 runs on 5 or 3 runs in 5 innings. So they hit lefties, guys.
Exactly what we need. Exactly what we need right there. 3 runs and 5 innings. That'd be awesome right there. But,
he had 3 runs in 5. We'll see today. I like it. A little heads up action. Never heard anyone. But I like it. Let's go.
Yeah, Connor and I have gone heads up now. Connor, are we going? This is our 3rd time going heads up together.
I have not, Jose.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Well, yours is a different bet. You're taking their team total, so it's not really heads up. So,
I know. I got you.
Similar, same realm. You're on one team's team total. I'm on the under. All right, next one. Phillies, Yankees. Aaron Nola on the mound, the guy who's gotten touched up a little bit his last few starts. The Phillies are minus 125. The Yankees, the COVID Yankees, with Herman plus 115. Like I said, Nola 6-5, 4.53 ERA. Herman 4-5, 4.72 ERA. Man, Nola seems like he's given up these runs lately, especially on the road. It's like Eflin on the road, Nola on the road. They give up runs. Man, but he's got those strikeouts definitely lately. I know Sharpie's given me some of those his last few starts. I lean over a little bit in this game. I know the Yankees are depleted. Herman gives up the long ball. Difficult game for me. I like the Phillies, though, a little bit. I just don't love the price that much at minus 125. It's right there on the limit, but I lean Phillies in this one. What do you got, Sharpie?
I look at it a little different way. I look at it as that's a steal price on Aaron Nola at minus 125. Like I took
the way
Nola,
he's pitching. I don't think it's a steal, but yeah.
But it's versus German. It's versus Jermaine. It's who's the better pitcher out of the 2. Yeah, I'd go with Nola every day out of the week in my eyes. And at minus 125, I could take a little stab at that. I know Billy B posted that he was on that earlier. I like it. I'm on the K prop, but I'll get to that in a minute. They're both the same bats, 11 and 12 the last 30 days. But if you go into the last week, the Phillies are the better bats, and they're the COVID-ridden team over there in the Yankees. The Phillies have been smashing as of late, and I just think I got the better pitcher of the first 5, and I took a stab. Now we go to the Dirty K. Dirty K was on Aaron Nola, 7.5 at plus money. On my book, I bet it at minus 155 at 6.5 and at 7.5 at plus. I couldn't believe they gave me a 6.5. He is 4-1 to 7.5 to hitting the 8, going up against teams who are 27% strikeout percentage or higher the last 5 games. The only time he didn't get it, he got a 7. So they're giving you a 7.5 at plus money when he averages 9.5 versus 27% teams. I'm going to take that, especially with this not being the Judge Yankee lineup. This ain't the lineup that you got to fear. Yes, they can hit home runs. Yes, it's a small ballpark, but these guys, the last week since the All-Star break, are striking out at a 34% clip, guys. So I'm on Nola over 7.5 with my biggest bet.
Yeah, real quick, you got to think kind of this could be a Nola really bounce back, good start. Gave up 7 earned against the Marlins, which he was unreal early and then fell apart. And kind of the same, the Cubs, he gave up 4 runs in 6 innings, wasn't as bad.
I could see a 2-2 after 5 or a 3-3 after 5, but at 125, at least I get my money back.
Yes, I think definitely the value here is with the Phillies. What do you got here, Jose?
I like your look there, Sharpie. I like the Nola strikeout prop a lot. But this would be a live betting situation for me. I think you guys covered all the pregame stuff. But if let's say the Phillies up like a 3-0, and let's say it's the 6th inning, sprinkle some on the Yankees, because we've seen the Phillies bullpen implode so much. You will have to get Aaron Nola out of there in the 6th, 7th inning if he's having a good start. So that will be a concern. He is one of the rare pitchers nowadays that can get you your complete games. You don't see it all that often now. But I look towards definitely the Phillies, but you just got to be careful, because the Phillies bullpen is just so atrocious that it makes it difficult to bet a full game.
Yeah. Oh, that is very true. The bullpen's starting to show its head.
I seen the chat bring up how Nola got pulled after 5. That was versus the San Francisco Giants, who don't strike out, guys. Like that, you've got to look in between the numbers and the lines. There's certain times I don't play people every single day. I play them when the matchup screams for me to play them.
Yeah. Little stat here, Jack of the Day. I want to give out my guy, Giancarlos, former Michael Stan, didn't come through the other night. He's 4 for 13 with a couple jacks off Nola. Maybe look out for him or throw a little bit on him. All right, next one, Red Sox, Blue Jays. Jose's Red Sox. Wow, the explosion early and often yesterday. But your boys on the mound, Richards, they're plus 120. And the Blue Jays, they have on the mound, Thomas Hatch, a guy hasn't made a start this year. I think he started one game last year, was up with the Blue Jays a little bit, and he's minus 130. I know it's Richards. I can't take Hatch. I think the Blue Jays come back and play better. Obviously, you want to take the total. It's a little bit of premium, 11.5, but that ballpark's small. I lean over. You could go team total in this one, either side, either that way. And I still think the value's with the Red Sox at plus money. Just they're a little bit better team with a guy named Thomas Hatch on the mound, even with Garen Richards on the bump. I still think the value's there with the Red Sox full game. What do you got, Sharpie?
This is an over or nothing type thing to me right here. This is Garrett Richards, guys. He is a fucking dumpster fire. And that's being nice, guys. I'm trying to come up with some nice words for him, and dumpster fire is the best I got. I looked it up in the encyclopedia. They had a picture of him and his dog, bro. It was fucked up, bro. And I was like, damn. Okay. Hey, shout out to and the dog. I was like, bro, that ain't right, bro, but it's true. It was true. So I think that Hatch can have an advantage the first time through the lineup, guys. So I would look at Blue Jays to score first. Them being the home team should be at around even money because the Red Sox get first at bats. So that would be a little sneaky type look I'm looking at. And shout out to Razor with his Gambler's First Glance. He's on the Philly game that we just hit up. If you're not following him and checking out his looks, he's winning at a crazy clip. You're throwing money away, and that means we can't be friends.
Yeah, I love it. I like to hear that he's on the Phillies. Makes me like it a little bit better there. All right, Jose, here's your boys, your Red Sox after a big win. What do you got here?
Yeah, felt great. I actually rewatched the game this morning. That was a fun watch. It was an enjoyable time. I think, it's tough to say with Garrett Richards. I think it's funny that Garrett Richards is so bad that one of the best teams in baseball flips to a plus 120 dog against the Toronto Blue Jays, who are in fourth. They have a great offense. I think my eyes were looking towards the first 5, total 5.5. It's a high number. But Thomas Hatch, Oklahoma State guy, I actually watched him pitch in college, which was funny, but he's not an MLB pitcher yet, I don't think. Garrett Richards is barely an MLB pitcher. I mean, Garrett Richards is what people want Garrett Cole to be. After Garrett Richards loses his sticky stuff, he just fell apart and literally said, I'm glad this happened later in my career, or else I'd probably retire or some shit. So I'm on the over here, first 5. Like you said, Sharpie, it's probably over for nothing for me. The Blue Jays pitching stinks too, and it's not reliable. Not something you want to put your money on. So the over or nothing.
All right, I like it. Wanted to give a few stats. A lot of these Jays don't have homers off Richards. He's gonna give it the long ball, but really good numbers. Vladdy's 5 for 7. Hernandez 4 for 8, Bichette 3 for 8. Bunch of guys, pretty good numbers off Richards. They see him a lot, obviously, in division. All right, next one. Let's get to Mets Reds. What a wild one. What another come from behind. Huge win for the Mets, putting up runs. Crazy one. The Reds bullpen kept coughing it up, getting a 1-run lead and giving it up. But you got to give it to the Mets. They came through. We got Robert Stock on the mound versus Wade Miley. Man, Miley's been one consistent, I think, for the Reds and kind of been for me betting on him. I've stayed off the Reds before the break. I stayed off him. I liked him a little bit yesterday. I like him here a little bit. I don't know. Maybe the Mets are super hot. Total's 10.5. It's a game I kind of like yesterday. It wasn't my favorite on the board. I lean Reds, but I'm probably going to pass. What do you got here, Sharpie?
I myself am off this game. I Cincinnati either. I can't pick the side to bet on them right now. They were the Yankees at the beginning of the year for me, and if I bet them the score, they don't. If I bet them not the score, they get what they did yesterday. I mean, I wasn't on that game. I know a lot of people were on the Cincinnati side, first 5 full game, and boy, was that a game I'm glad I didn't have a fucking dollar on last night, guys. And I could see a big letdown today or more runs because these pitchers are bums. But if you got to tell me pick a side, I'll take Miley, but he ain't getting a dollar from me.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's got to be the Reds, and yeah, maybe lean over a little bit. Stock, I don't see him going more than 3 or 4 innings. What do you got?
No way. Yeah, no way. It's Cincinnati or nothing for me, and Cincinnati is such a high price that it makes it hard to bet. The only, I guess, to touch on something real quick, I would just keep an eye out on, since I was talking division futures, keep an eye out for the Phillies, because the Mets right now, they've been injury prone. You've got the oblique. Sharpie, I hope I'm echoing something you said earlier at some point. But
I've already gave it out, and I gave it out to the Discord. I bet that at the All-Star break, plus
awesome.
6,000.
That's crazy. Yeah, so keep an eye on the Phillies, man. I know the Phillies are dysfunctional. It's a Philadelphia sports thing. It's really weird how just bad this Phillies team is. But Dave Dombrowski is a good general manager. Used to be the GM for the Red Sox. Used to be GM for the Marlins when they won the World Series. I would just keep an eye out for the Phillies because they're going to be coming. I think the deficit's like 2.5 games now. DeGrom injured, Lindor's injured. Just be careful. Keep an eye on that.
And the Phillies got their lineup back. If you look at the last 2 weeks, they're averaging 7 runs a game, guys. Hoskins batting 6th in this lineup. They're a legit 1 through 8 team.
Yeah, that's the key to me.
Yeah. Hoskins has to keep it going too. Hoskins is one of the more important guys in that lineup. It's pretty weird. As Hoskins goes, the Phillies go. I have a good friend of mine who's a Phillies fan, so I hear about it all the time. But I really do think they can get it done. You just have to get better starts from Nola, keep getting the same from Wheeler, and then hope that Dave Dombrowski can, if he could pull out, he could pull like a Craig Kimbrell out of his ass, that'd be awesome for the Phillies. But they just don't have the prospects, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they got to get bullpen help. The lineup for sure. We've talked about it's getting healthy, and you look like 1 through 7. That lineup's really solid, but man, they need bullpen help for sure. Alrighty, next one. Orioles versus the Rays. John Means, Jose's guy, versus McClanahan for the Rays. The Rays, big favorites again, minus 205. All right, the Orioles came through with it yesterday. I like him a little bit here, first 5. The problem is Means is coming, obviously, as it pitches June 5th, and those, obviously those starts before then, May 24th, the 29th, he didn't pitch well either. I mean, not too bad. He had 3 runs, 5 innings, 7 innings, 2 earned. I still lean them. I lean maybe the under here. The only thing is what is Means coming off the IL here. I wish I had a 4.5. I lean first 5 under 4. So yeah, I still like the Orioles a bit here. First 5. I can't touch the bullpen. I know they won yesterday full game. And I lean first 5 under here. What do you got, Sharpie?
This is a first 5 under for me right here. Means I don't know what he's going to get out of him, but McClanahan, I think I do know what I'm going to get out of him. And the Orioles are 30th in the league versus lefties right now, guys. So I could see McClanahan going out and only giving up 1 run. Now, can Means only give up 3? Yes, I could think he could do his job and do 3 or less. So I'm on the first 5 under right there, just on the way these teams are hitting right now versus lefties.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's another thing I like. I know McClanahan's pretty good, but Orioles, they like lefties, so I think it's another decent spot for them. I was gung-ho yesterday, but I like it a little
Connor,
bit, like the under. Yeah.
They're 30th in the league OPS the last month versus lefties, though. They did like lefties.
Yeah, they've struggled lately, but hit better yesterday against Yarborough. So we'll see today.
plus 200.
All right, Jose, what do you got here?
Mine, I think so far I was pretty just dumbfounded to see this line. The Tampa Bay team total over is 4.5 at plus 103. I understand John Means is back. Connor, you know my history with John Means. It's a very long, twisted road. I don't think he's going to be going more than 5 innings. Like, I just don't see a scenario where they allow him to go more than 5. I'd be pretty shocked if he does complete 5. And we all know that, I mean, the Orioles are one of the worst teams in the game. So I give me that team total. If they get, 1 or 2 off of John Means coming back off of injury, that's just a bonus for me. And it gives me more time for that back half. So I love that team total. Tampa Bay over 4.5 plus 103.
All right, Tampa Bay team total. All right, let's get to the next one. Sorry, let me pull up the page. Rangers, Tigers. Well, Big Show's Tigers. Again, busting it out. Rangers plus 110, Tigers minus 120 here. Total's 8.5. Dunning, 3-6, 4.22 ERA. He's a fade on the road. I don't want the Rangers. They can't hit a lick. I got to keep riding the Tigers here. Maybe first half. I even might go half a run, get even plus money. I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here on the Tigers with Scooball. He's 5-8 with a 4.3 ERA. And I'd lean over a little bit. I think the total's low here. And the wind's blowing out. That's what I see, and it's 8.5. Tigers games, when they get rolling, could give up some runs, and who knows with Scooball, maybe the Rangers can score. So I like the Tigers here. Maybe split it up first 5, full game. I don't know how exactly I want to bet it, and I lean over in this one. What do you have, Sharpie?
Like yesterday, guys, if you would have paying attention, I would have told you Mize was on a pitch limit, and we were watching that game, and after 4 innings, that guy was yanked, and they put in that shitty-ass bullpen that Detroit has. I mean, granted, they ended up scoring those 13 runs themselves, or 14, but I live betted at 5.5 to the over. And that was the easiest casher of the night, guys. So I'm looking at the same thing. Scooball is also on a pitch limits, guys. These are their young studs. I've read it in the press reports. Shout out to Chris Gargaro once again for sending me that stuff. And yeah, they're not going to let these guys go, bro. So watch them 3-4 innings. As soon as they pull them, hit the over.
I like that a lot. I like that idea a lot, Sharpie, honestly. I think I was thinking right there with you. I remember you saying the same thing about Mize, and I was like, why wouldn't they do the same thing with Scooball? I mean, they came in the same time. It's the same exact thing. So I love that look. So let's say, for example, he'll go out there, he'll toss 5 shutout innings. We'll just live bet it right after, and then we'll make a good living. I understand the Rangers are bad, but that over, I think, could definitely do it. And by the way, Puzzler and Turnsley are putting out some horrific Rangers stats right now. The Rangers, according to Turnsley, have been outscored 39-2 in their last 4 games. And if you take out that one game, Puzzler wants to go ahead and bury them a little more, a 29-0 spot. So who knows? Apparently, according to our weatherman, Big Show, it's raining where he is, so this game might not get played, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. There is some rain there. Gonna be there.
You ain't gonna catch my boy drinking out of a boot. Sorry.
I want to give a little.
I do have the shirt on though. I do have Nick out with me right here.
It's Trans Canada now. Candelario 2 for 5 with a jack. Maybe look at him. He's been hot lately for the Tigers. Well, over total bases or home run prop for him. Alrighty, next one. Padres, Braves. Darvish, minus 155. I have Mueller, but then on another one I have Toussaint. What do you guys have? You have
I have Mueller now.
Still. Miller?
Yeah, I have him as well.
No, I have Toussaint in one. Let me check the other one.
I know, and I got...
This one's right.
I think this Muller's...
This one has it straight blank, so I think it's Toussaint. The one that's always right, because I have 2 ones, and if I go to the other, it's always right. It has it blank.
Okay. I'll be quick here. I don't want the Braves. Not that I'm running with the Padres here at this price on the road. I think Darvish pitches better. Maybe the All-Star break was good for him. He struggled his last few starts, one in Philly, and he came back home and struggled. a little bit. Maybe I think it was against the Rockies. I have to double check on it. But I'd look Padres in this one. Maybe team total. I've struggled with them taking their team total this year, so maybe not there. Maybe first 5 half a run here. But a game I'm probably going to stay off. Just lean Padres here. What do you have, Sharpie?
I'm trying to pull up stats on this Toussaint kid, and there ain't shit on him, bro. So
I got some here.
Yeah, so he's got an 8.8 ERA in 2 games with 24 innings pitched. So
not what you want.
That's not what you want, guys. It's a Padres smash spot. I can't bet it myself. I'm not a big Darvish fan. He's on the spin rate list, but he still gets his job done because he's an ace, bro. Aces are still going to do their thing, but they get hit. And so that to me just straight says lean over with this guy pitching, just straight to the over.
Yeah, it says 4 starts in AAA, 16 innings, 8 earned runs, 4 ERA. Yeah, definitely not a guy. If he's given that in AAA, he'll get rocked by these Padres, who have scored a ton of runs, especially lately. All right, Jose, what do you got here?
Yeah, the over. I can't do it with Tukey. I just can't do it. You know, Mike M, shout out to you for confirming that it is him, but I really just can't get along with it. I wouldn't take the Padres here at this price either. The Padres are so up and down sometimes that it's really worrisome when it comes to their playoff push. But I'm off this game.
All righty. Off. I want to check one thing here. Oh, they have it off. All righty. Next one. Let's get to it. We got the Indians, Astros. Astros shoved it to me yesterday. We got McKenzie on the mound, plus 165 with Garcia minus 180. I lean over in this one. That's about in this game. I'm sure the Astros might hit today with McKenzie on the mound. I don't trust him. He's a guy that maybe could get through the first. If he can get through the first inning, he usually pitches somewhat better. He's 1-3, 5.47 ERA. Garcia 6-5, 3 ERA. I lean over. And the Astros, of course, they're a big price again. They are better at home. Astros over, team total, however you want to look at this one. What do you got here, Sharpie?
Fuck Houston is what I have written down. They cost me a lot of money last night. So in the famous words of Bill Belichick, on to Cincinnati. Go ahead.
Fair enough. I understand. I definitely understand. They've cost a lot of people a lot of money. And I'm rolling with the under here, Connor, unfortunately. I think and we'll find out quickly if the under is going to hit. Garcia's great at home. But if McKenzie does not have his pinpoint stuff, you know, if he's not throwing strikes, then he's screwed. We will find out within the first 2 innings. If McKenzie's walking guys, then I'm screwed. So I'll take the first 5 under 5. It's also a pretty high number. So we get a little bit of wiggle room. But Tristan McKenzie, this is a bet on Tristan McKenzie, basically. I think that the Indians are good at developing pitching. This is kind of some of the thoughts echoed on betting with the bag today, and I agree with it. But the Indians are good at developing pitching. They sent him down to AAA to get some stuff worked out, and I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. So give me the first 5 under today.
All righty. First 5 under for Jose. Sorry, let me
hey, shout out to the chat once again. We got over 100 people in here. Please hit that like. It helps a lot, guys. Takes 2 seconds at the most. We appreciate it.
All righty, next one. Thanks, Sharpie, for hitting up the chat. Everyone in the chat, hit the like, hit the share. We appreciate everyone here joining us every day. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to the next one. Twins, White Sox. Twins got game 1 yesterday. Kind of threw away a Lance Lynn great start and lost the game. We got Ober in this one, not my guy. Dallas Keuchel. Bailey Ober 1-1, 5.45 ERA. He has not been good lately. He's a fade for me. Keuchel's just kind of being Dallas Keuchel. He's 7-3, 4.25 ERA. It's difficult. I've stayed off the White Sox a lot lately. A team that I kind of took in the first half a lot, but I got to take the White Sox here. I don't like their team total. It's over 4.5. It's like minus 140. I'd go first 5 or full game even run line. I know they're the home team. I'd lean that way and maybe lean over here. Keuchel could get touched a little bit by the Twins. They've struggled to score though, so that's difficult to maybe take a full game over. They finally got a few runs, 3 in each game, but I got to roll White Sox here. Maybe first 5 half a run. What do you got, Sharpie?
I went over first five. This is Bailey Ober, and when you look up his K props, they have him as Bailey Vaughn. So the guy doesn't even know his own fucking name, guys. He's just showing up to get hit. But I'm not a big Keuchel fan. I never have been. When he does have a good game, it just amazes me. Like he's a fucking 90-mile-per-hour soft tossing garbage can who won a Cy Young. So yeah, he gets a lot of respect because of that Cy Young, and he's on a team that does hit righties at a third best OPS. So give me those White Sox bats. Minnesota versus their 15th OPS versus lefties. So first five, I could see a 3-2 push, but can someone get me one more? Just one more?
Maybe. A couple jacks of the day. Nelson Cruz has got 6 homers. We've talked about it before on the show against Keuchel. And Josh Donaldson, 9 for 33, a couple homers. What do you got here, Jose?
Yeah, those two are definitely jack of the day candidates. I think the White Sox smash here, honestly. You lose a disappointing game to not a good team. You got a good pitcher on the mound in Dallas Keuchel. I'm not a Keuchel guy either, but I mean, stats don't lie. 7-3. He's been good this year, so I'll take their run line it's plus 120 right now. So I'll take that and hope that they can show up offensively today.
Okay, sounds good. Let's get to the next one. The Cubs with Trevor Williams, 3-2, 5.5 ERA against St. Louis Cardinals. Won yesterday with Oviedo on the mound. He's 0-5, 5 ERA. I don't want him. This might be crazy, but I look at the Cubs here, maybe first 5, right around minus 105. Both these teams hit both these pitchers pretty well. I rolled through it. Goldie, Carpenter, all these guys hit Williams. And the Cubs hit well. Ian Happ, 3 for 4. A few other ones hit Oviedo. I don't trust him. Maybe look team total or over in this spot. I haven't decided yet. A couple of bums that haven't done well for me, the Cubs and the Cardinals. So I'm going to wait to see on this one. But what do you have here, Sharpie?
Yeah, I'm on the over 4.5 first 5. When you get 2 bum pitchers versus 2 teams who are not hitting, they're going to hit more often than not. There's a lot of big names on there that can hit, guys, and they're going to get some ballooned balls today. And 4.5, it should have been a 5 in my eyes, so I took the 4.5. I could see one team getting 4 themselves off of one of these guys. And jack of the day, like he was saying, I love Arenado today, guys. Arenado versus a lefty. He's batting 506 at bats. Like, let's go.
All righty. Jose, what do you got here?
This is a stay out for me as well. This is a hard game for me, honestly. 2 division rivals, teams that don't like each other historically. The fans don't like each other, but they're both bad. Man, I have a Cardinals to win the division future that I threw in the trash can and replaced with my Brewers to win the NL. I mean, like the Cardinals, I thought we were supposed to be so much better, but losing Flaherty hurt and all that stuff. So I'm off this game. It's weird. Oviedo is not good. Trevor Williams is not even good either, I don't think. He's definitely going to be a trade candidate as well. So I'm just watching and hoping that Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo get traded on the fun places.
All right, sounds good. Let's get to the next one here. Seattle Mariners, Marco Gonzalez, 1-5, 5.88 ERA against Marquez, 6-8 with a 3.36 ERA. Rockies huge favorites at home. This is the one spot they've won all year long. I just can't take them at Marquez at minus 180 here. I don't want them run line. Maybe you look at Rockies team total, but I don't know if there's a 4.5 anymore. Is it 5.5? Wow, I have a 6.5 even. That's plus money. So the 5.5's got to be minus 140. Yeah, I don't know. But Gonzalez is horrible, and he's horrible on the road. I watched his last few starts. I mean, this guy, every once in a while, he throws a really great game, but he's not a guy I can trust. I wanted to I know what I'm going to get out of Marquez. I don't know what I'm going to get out of Gonzalez. I wanted to take the first 5 under 6 because I think Marquez right now, he's just pitching great and at home. I wanted the under 6. I kind of lean that way, but I don't know what I get out of Gonzalez. What do you got here, Sharpie?
I bet the first 5 under 6.
Okay.
And my best bet will be later on in this game also. But Yeah, they haven't seen Marco Gonzalez. This is a type of game where Marco Gonzalez can do real well in. I mean, I know everybody talks about how the Orioles and the Rockies hit lefties. Well, no, they don't, guys. The Rockies are 23rd the last freaking month versus lefties. So that's not that good. So I think Marco Gonzalez can hang in there with 3 most given up. And I love Marquez. Marquez at home. And like Maxwell Smart gave out a couple weeks ago, in the first 3 innings if Marquez is going to go 7-8. And that's when you live bet him. If he goes through 3 innings, 40 pitches or less, jump on the Rockies, guys, because he's going straight to their closer, guys. That's the type of pitcher he is. If he's giving up 2-3 runs, he's getting ripped. But he's easy to see in the first 2 innings what type of guy you're getting out of him.
Alrighty, Jose, what do you got here?
Sorry, I took myself off there for a second. I think I'm going to roll with the Rockies run line again at -105. I don't love it at -105, but it is one of those things. The Rockies at home just so much better. They hit better, obviously. Coors effects, we all know that. But it just seems like they just play better at home. Maybe they get invigorated by the 2 or 3 fans that come out and to show up to the game. So give me Rockies run line. I'd lean that way. But other than that, I think I'm good.
All righty. Let's get to the next one here. Pirates, D-backs. We got Anderson on the mound, Taylor Widener. Man, I like the D-backs a little bit in this spot. I like Widener. He's come back. July 9th, 4 1/3. Maybe he can go a little bit longer against the Dodgers. 3 hits, 1 earned. I lean him in this game. D-backs hit lefties. I obviously like them. They bottom of the barrel against righties. They hit lefties better in Anderson. So I lean D-backs in this one. I'd probably just go first 5. I don't want the bullpen. And this could be a live over. We talk about it all the time. 2 shitty bullpens. Definitely a live over spot. Even the game over 9 could get there, but I'd rather live it. But give me the D-backs first 5 here. Sharpie?
I was looking at the D-backs and wanting to back them too because Widener is a stud, guys. He's a former first-round pick of the New York Yankees who didn't pan out for the Yankees. A lot of people can't handle pressure, bro. You put him in a fucking
Caprillion.
You put him over in Arizona, bro, and boom, look at him, dude. He's a lights-out type guy. He's probably the top guy on DraftKings next to Darvish, and you're like, who's this guy? He's a stud, bro, but I'm on the under 4.5. See, I go stats in the last 15 and 30 days, and in those days, it has Arizona is at 21st OPS versus lefties. They just haven't been hitting at like 2 weeks before the All-Star break and up to now. They're just not that team they were. Are they tired? Are they gassed? Do they see what the coach is doing with their bullpen? They know they're trying to lose games. How fun is that being a baseball player? I know you got to get paid and you got to do your job, but it's hard to show up when you're losing games every fucking day. So I think Widener does his job. I think Anderson can do his job. Under 4.5 for me. First 5.
I like it. I wish it was a 5, but I like it at 4.5. Jose?
I was thinking the same way you were, Connor. I was thinking the live overs as well. It's kind of hard to say. Both these teams are awful, just awful. They're both tanking, and I just don't want to watch this game, perhaps. But I know that at like 12 over here, it's gonna be like the 6th inning, and I'll be like, fuck it, let's just go watch the Pirates D-backs, and it's gonna be like 1-1, and then I'm gonna see like, oh, over 7. Yes, sir. Take my live over, and then we'll be set for the night. I'll have my entertainment for the evening. So, but I'll stay off this game, but definitely keep an eye for that live over. I love that look.
All righty, let's get to the last one. I don't have it confirmed. It looks like the Dodgers are gonna maybe start Josiah Gray and Alex Wood for the Giants. It's not on the board. You guys have it on the board?
I still have no pitcher.
Yeah,
I don't have one either.
I think it's Wood for sure for the Giants, and I think Gray, they just called him up yesterday. I saw it, so I think he's going to be the starter for the Dodgers. We'll see what he can do. He's a young kid. This is a big spot. We'll see when the line comes out, but I don't know. Dodgers with the lefty Wood. I lean the Giants. I gotta wait to see the line with this kid. What it's gonna be. You have any look on this one, Sharpie?
Yeah, I mean, I would lean the Dodgers first 5 team total over. Alex Wood is a spin rate type guy. Shout out to Chris G once again. But his last few starts, guys, he has gotten hit. And the Dodgers are 6th OPS the last 30 days versus lefties. They're not that team who wasn't hitting lefties anymore, guys. And I don't know what the line is, so I would figure it'd be a 2.5. Actually, they're going to be the dog with this kid pitching. So you might get a 1.5 juiced, and I think they get 2 runs off Alex Wood through 5.
Yeah, this could be a over in runs. I think your under would have hit yesterday without 5 early. Just kind of that shit happens, then a few late. So
Life's a
you have
bitch,
anything?
then you marry one.
Yeah, yep. Jose, you got anything here?
Yeah, I mean, I like your look there, Sharpie. That math checks out to me. If the Dodgers hit Wood, all you need is a couple runs on the other side, and yeah, no, I like that look. So nothing official, obviously, but I'll echo your thoughts there, Sharpie.
All righty, I think that's it, guys. Let's hit the ads. Big Show. Alrighty.
Oh yeah.
Head to
Hey,
Southtown
shout out-
101. Yeah, go.
Go ahead. I was going to say thank you to the chat once again. Please hit that like. I've seen you guys all texting it and stuff. Appreciate it all.
I got him. Yeah. Our guy, Uncle Oliver, Puzzler, Cash Action Bex, Razor, Jake Kaiser, my guy, Melvin, Mr. 24, Diehard MMA Podcast, Clint, Kenny V, Platinum P, Trapping and Capping, my guy, Cheshire Cat, always in here. Appreciate it. All our guys, JT, killing it. Those first innings. I don't know how he does it. He's great at it. Billy Briz, Willie Beeman, Brian Watson, everyone in the chat. We appreciate it. Hit the like. Thank you so much. Go to Southtown 101. You like drinking booze, karaoke, get there. Get her done. Go to mybookie.ag. Hit promo code PubSports. Football's coming up. We have baseball still. And we have Game 6 of the NBA Finals. So go to mybookie.ag at promo code PubSports and manscaped.com. Promo code PubSports. The Lawnmower 4.0, the new one, is in effect. Not the 2.0, not the 3.0. Throw those out. Get the 4.0. Go to Manscaped. Hit promo code PubSports. Your nether regions will like it. You save balls. Alrighty, let's get to Jack of the Day show.
Well, see you later.
Go ahead, Jose. You started off.
Thank you, Connor. What a good Samaritan you are. Well, obviously we mentioned.
I'm that kind of guy.
I know you are. Obviously, we mentioned Nelson Cruz earlier. He's got a bunch of jacks off of us, Keuchel. But I'm looking towards some Toronto Blue Jays today with Garrett Richards on the mound. Give me Big Daddy Vladdy and give me Bo Bichette. 2 Jack of the Days for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, okay. Give me, you mentioned it, Cruz, Goldschmidt, Arenado. Yeah, Cruz and Donaldson. There's a couple. The Candelario I mentioned. Nick Ahmed. I want to get Tyler Anderson. Sneaky guy, could be plus money. Take his total bases, but don't worry, Jack. He's 8 for 20, 2 doubles, 2 homers. Maybe him as Jack of the Day. And you can't Laddie, all those guys. I think they're going to get a few homers today. None of them have homers off Richards, but they all have pretty good numbers. So I think they're due. whether it's any of these Bichette, Hernandez, Guerrero, Biggio, any of those guys in that lineup. And then, of course, my guy, Giancarlo, a.k.a. Mike. I mentioned him earlier, but hopefully he doesn't get a home run. And then, you have anything, Sharpie? K-Prop, I forgot to mention it. Or do you want a Jack of the Day? You hit that one a couple of days ago.
I like Arenado today. Arenado for me. He's batting 500. He's got one Jack. It's only 6 at bats, but I like it.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good one. I went with Goldie. Both good numbers. Goldie 7 for 18 with a Jack as well in that one. All righty, let's get to best bets. Sharpie, what do you got? My
best bet's going to be in that Rockies game.
Okay.
Marquez over 5.5 strikeouts, and I believe it was at plus money or like minus 105. I laughed. I was like, oh my goodness. We got the Mariners, they're at a 28% strikeout clip. Him versus that number, he wins 70% of the time. He went up against Seattle in Seattle, got 4 or 5 weeks ago. Now we're in Colorado, and we get the pitcher spot 2 times, and you gave me a 5.5? Well, you got my fucking money. And that's my best bet.
All righty. I like it. All righty. Go ahead, Jose. Best bet.
Best bet for me, I was still pretty shocked to see this number, but I'm going to Tampa Bay Rays. Team total over 4.5 plus 103. John Means, even if he has a good start today, don't see him pitching more than 5. Rays are playing for the division. This is a game that they've got to win because the Red Sox are playing a tough Blue Jays squad. They're playing the last place Orioles. So go ahead, give me Tampa Bay Rays over team total 4.5.
All righty. And you know what I'm going to go with? Instead of first 5 at minus 145, I'll go full game because this Yankees lineup is not stacked. I'm going to go with Razor. I think this is my first time. We're on the same play as best bet. I'm with the Gamblers first glance today. Give me the Phillies, Aaron Nolan. Give me full game. Give me the minus 125 with the Phillies. And that's it, boys. Another good one. Ian will be back tomorrow. And by the way, I want to let the chat know we will be switching times of the show to later in the afternoon. We'll figure that out by the end of the week. And Jose will be back Thursday. Sharpie will be back Saturday, Sunday. He's going to be our regular weekend morning guy. And that's it. Let's get it. Let's cash big. We be pubbing.
We be pubbing.
We be pubbing.